Do you remember that episode of Sex in the City where Carrie's looking for a new apartment and she and the realtor are looking at the closet in one of them? And Carrie says, I wouldn't even be able to fit my shoes in here. And the realtor says something about, well, you can always get one of those shoe racks that you hang over the door. Anyways, the look on Carrie's face just still makes me laugh when I think about it. We can't turn your closet from a tight 50 square feet to a luxurious 500 square foot closet, but there are techniques to make your closet fit more and function better so that getting dressed is fast and easy and helps eliminate decision fatigue in the morning. And that's exactly what we're going to cover in this episode. Things like the biggest problem clients and I discover when we do closet audits and how to fix it, where the 20% of items you wear 80% of the time should live, why petites can't have the same closet layout as their NBA player husbands. Now, for those of you outside the US, the NBA is basketball and the players are all super tall. And hey, wait, speaking of outside the US, shout out to Croatia. You were Inside Petite Style's third biggest listening block last month. How cool is that? So thank you, and I appreciate you. Anywho, we will also talk about simple hacks to keep your closet organized throughout the year so it never turns into a ginormous project again, plus little tweaks like do you need petite hangers and the best containers and so much more. By the end, you'll know exactly how to turn your closet into a room that sparks joy. I'm just kidding. Last episode, we joked about the whole sparking joy thing. But seriously, being able to grab an outfit you love quickly, that is pretty joyful. So is having a closet that makes life easier in the morning. I'm Angela, your Petite Style Coach, and when you're ready, let's dive in. Welcome to Inside Petite Style, the only podcast created exclusively for women 5'3" and under. You've built an incredible career. You've navigated all the crazy life changes. And somewhere along the way, getting dressed stopped being easy. Maybe your body's different or your role is different, and your closet, it just has not kept up. I'm Angela Foster, Petite Style Coach since 2018 and creator of the Spark Petite Style Method. And together, you and I will get your wardrobe back in shape. Every week, we'll talk about why petite proportions require a different approach. Discover what actually flatters your body shape and works with your lifestyle. And get all the insider shortcuts on where to shop so you're not wasting hours scrolling or even worse, settling for good enough. This is about more than looking good. It's about walking into any room, whether it's a big presentation or client meeting, a family event, or heck, just Tuesday, and feeling confident, polished, with a style as smart and savvy as you are. Let's get this style party started. One quick PSA before we get started. This episode is not a to-do list. Just like we talked about last week when we said pick a section of your closet that takes ideally less than 60 minutes and start purging and donating and keeping there. It's best to take the same approach with design and layout. Pick just one of the things that we're going to talk about that will have the biggest impact on closet function and start there. That will have such a huge effect and keep us motivated to accomplish the next thing. Something else to know, never once has a client ever said to me, I hate my closet, it's entirely too spacious. In fact, closets seem to fall under that category of no matter how much space we have, it's never enough. So a lot of the tips that we're going to talk about is how to make the most of whatever space you have and make it work for you. In the last 8 years, I've seen a lot of closets. The biggest problem clients and I discover is that the layout is all wrong. Here's what I mean. Basic closet layouts have either a single pole for long hanging items or 2 poles for 2 rows of shorter items or a combination of both. Now, unless you've already had a closet design professional lay out your closet specifically for your wardrobe, we're stuck with whatever worked for the previous owner or what the contractor thought would work, and they always go with the cheapest, easiest solution. None of which take into account that you're small, so obviously most of your items are going to be shorter, or that you own all dresses, so double rows of poles are pointless, or that 80% of your closet are separates, so a full-length pole is a waste of space because you could literally double the amount of hanging items in your closet just by adding a row. No wonder it's such a struggle to have a functioning closet. What you need to decide is what to do about it. Continue to try to make a generic layout work, or have somebody come in and switch things around so the space actually makes sense. Even in rentals, there's a lot you can do without ever having to drill a hole. You don't have to decide now because the next few topics will give you some additional things to think about and could affect your decision. A roadblock some clients bump into right about now is poor closet lighting, especially for those who live in older or historic homes. Making it brighter is definitely a task to add to your handyman list because it goes back to the whole we won't wear what we don't see. Let's talk zoning, and this is what goes where. Your favorite outfits should be front and center. Now, there are as many closet layouts as there are petite women, so front and center will look different for everyone. Just know that the goal is when you're pressed for time to be able to reach in, grab something quick, and know that it's clean, pressed, and fits. Something that might relieve some of this pressure about closet space is to level set what actually needs to be hung up and what can be stored in a dresser or on shelves in your closet. This is not our first closet organization rodeo, so it's safe to say that we know sweaters, anything linen, blazers, dress pants, cotton blouses, anything easily wrinkled should be hung up. But when you're short on closet space, it's good to ask ourselves, does my casual denim need to be in the closet or can I store them in a dresser drawer? What about tees? They can definitely be folded. What about leggings, athleisure wear, anything with spandex or lycra? Those can all be folded to give yourself some additional closet space. Plus, it'll help your lycra items from getting stretched out. We're going to take zoning one step further. When it comes to what goes where, clients fall into one of two categories. The first team keeps all of their like items together, all their skirts together, all their blouses together. This works really well if your wardrobe is more of a capsule and you do a lot of mixing and matching separates. The other team likes to group complete outfits together. For example, the pants and the shirt and the blazer that make a complete outfit. This works well if you don't do a lot of mixing and matching and every piece is part of a standalone outfit. Neither is right or wrong. It's all about you and what's going to help you get dressed faster in the morning. Let's talk containers, specifically stackable containers. And there's two things to think about. Clear ones are perfect, especially for shoes, handbag, hats, and other large accessories. They keep everything dust-free, and you can see what's inside. The clear men's shoe boxes from IKEA are definitely my client's favorite. I'll be sure to add the link to the show notes so you can find them easily. Second, and this might sound odd coming from a short girl, but there is a lot of wasted space high up. Obviously for items that are less frequently used, like cocktail clutches or maybe beach bags or scarves or hats. Whatever you decide, this can be a great place to pick up some additional real estate. Here are a couple tips for keeping our closets organized throughout the year. After you get dressed in the morning, put all of your empty hangers together. This will make it easy for you to hang up items when you get home instead of piling them on a chair or the top of your dresser or wherever. One of the tips that has helped my clients probably the most is having a thrifting bag always in progress. So when you see a dress or a top that you haven't worn in a while and realize that you're okay with never wearing it again, you can toss it in the bag and get it out of your way. Next, do you have a seasonal rotation? For petites with a small closet who live in a climate where you have 2 or even 3 distinct wardrobes, consider creating a place for moving your winter wardrobe out in the spring and moving your summer wardrobe out in the fall. So again, you're only seeing clothes that make sense right now. And more importantly, not wasting time moving clothes out of the way that you won't be able to wear for 6 months or more. One last maintenance tip before we move on. Our closet shouldn't turn into a laundry landing pad unless you have a designated container for dry cleaning and laundry inside your closet, which I am a huge fan of. Having a bunch of dirty clothes all over the place turns back time on our newly organized wardrobe, and soon we're spiraling back into the whole messy closet thing where we can't find anything. A lot of closet organization gurus say to have all your hangers match. I completely disagree. Each type of hanger has a purpose, and when we use the right ones for the right garments, they help our clothes last longer. Wait, one more thing before we get into the 4 types of hangers that we need. Let's talk real quick about hanger size. If you wear petite size clothes on top, then you should be buying petite size hangers. They're narrower than regular size hangers, and regular size hangers are too wide and will stretch out our necklines and create these annoying dents in our sleeves. Okay, back to the different types of hangers. The first one are wood hangers, and those are perfect for winter coats, blazers, jackets because they're stronger and don't break. Velvet hangers are perfect for strappy tops and slippery fabrics and will stop your favorite slip dress from ending up on the floor every time you touch the hanger. Plastic hangers are good for any hang drying that you do in the laundry room. Just be sure to buy ones that are high quality enough that they're smooth. Some of the cheaper ones aren't sanded very well and they have little bumps and ridges that'll tear your clothes. They're also a good, inexpensive choice for daily items in your closet and don't take up as much space as some of the others. Now, there's also wire and metal hangers, completely different. Wire hangers are like those, what you get from the dry cleaner. Those are awful. Throw those away right away. On a total side note, since dry cleaners popped up, be sure to take the plastic garment protector off as soon as you get your dry cleaning home. Otherwise, it'll trap the dry cleaning chemicals in and they'll start to break down the fibers of your clothes. Okay, then there are metal and chrome hangers, which are slim enough for your daily items in your closet and a significant up level from plastic. I'll be sure to add all of my clients' favorite ones in the show notes so you can find them. Let's discuss the importance of white space. You might remember last week when we talked about how the average woman only wears 20% of the items in her closet. In case you missed it, I'll add the link in the show notes so you can catch up. One reason for that is that we won't wear what we don't see. And when there are so many clothes crammed in our closet, we don't see most of them. So we default to the same outfits over and over and over again. Instead, if we made it our goal to only fill 80% of our closet with clothes and leave 20% free, we'll actually see everything that we have. An added benefit is that when you do buy something new, it doesn't push your closet over the edge into being cram-packed and messy again. And let's all agree that the floor is not an option. Nothing good happens when there is stuff on the floor. Worst case scenario, your Roomba eats it. Best case scenario, you just never see it and you never wear it. Do you know what time it is? Yep, it's time for this week's style challenge. Because again, listening to the episode is great, but actually taking action is when we get your closet to a place where getting dressed is fast and allows you to leave the house every day feeling confident. So this week, we're going to walk into your closet as if you and I were together doing your closet audit. The first thing that we're going to look at is if closet space is tight, look at the items that you kept after last week and see what you can fold and put into a dresser, giving you more space. Next, gather your favorite 20% of clothes and put them in your closet's version of front and center. If possible, leave some white space around them so they really stand out. The final step is where closet audit magic really happens. There are items that fit, but you're not wearing. So as if you and I were together, let's figure out why that is. Is it a placement problem? As if you're not seeing it, so you're not wearing it? Or do you just not like it? Or is there a wardrobe gap? Once you know what the problem is, then you're able to fix it. Just a reminder for all you overachievers out there, please remember this is a journey. We want to make progress. We don't expect perfection in an hour. Afterwards, send me an email at hello@angelastylecoach.com or head on over to InsidePetiteStyle.com, tap the voicemail button on the right and let me know how it went. And please know I am cheering you on. And that, my friend, is a wrap. Thanks so much for hanging out. Be sure to follow the show so you never miss out on a Petite Style tip. And I will see you back here next week when we're going to talk about office clothes. Career wear has been especially challenging since the pandemic. Between hybrid work, a more casual environment, it can be really tough to know what's right to wear. The cool thing is the closet mapping that you just did will go a long way towards revealing your perfect outfit uniform. And we're going to walk through how to build on that so you have more of what you love in your closet. Till then, have fun and stay stylish. Thanks for tuning in to Inside Petite Style. When you're ready to create a wardrobe that fits your height, flatters your body shape, and makes getting dressed fun and easy, head over to InsidePetiteStyle.com and take my free Petite Style quiz. You'll get personalized tips and strategies made just for your proportion and your height. And hey, you know that girlfriend who's always rolling up her sleeves and hemming her pants? Share this episode with her. She needs to know she's not alone and that there are real solutions. See you next week. Until then, have fun and stay stylish.
This is for my girls all around the world that make